Good evening, Eamon here from beautiful Turkey in the lobby of hotel on the eve, on New Year's Eve. And here in the lobby they're preparing for the New Year's Eve dinner, and I see there's people there gathering all around here. It's very, very busy, and it's probably a bit noisy as well, so I'm not sure whether you're able to pick up my voice as clear as you would like. But I'd like to take this opportunity wishing everybody a very, very happy new year, and thanking all the people that have subscribed to my YouTube channel over the last year, particularly my Ashdown farming one, and I have a retirement channel as well. So I'd love for you to shoot over there as well. And thanking to all the people that have subscribed and supported and gave me the thumbs up and your comments. I absolutely love your comments. I see they're getting ready all the champagne glasses over here. The girls are beavering very hard here, and lads as well with the champagne. And look at all these glasses all here. I'm going to it. I booked myself in here. It's a all-inclusive holiday here package, and you can go to this gala dinner here tonight. I think it's starting with drinks at 7 o'clock. So I said I'd shoot on and just talk to you, and just here thinking about 2024. Was it a good year for us? Was it a good year for you? What improvements would you like to make in the coming year? I suppose looking at Ashdown Farm, as the biggest change that we had bedded down from the couple of years before that. I signed the farm over to Kenneth, and Kenneth taking ownership of the farm and running it the way he wants to do it. And I suppose one of them was a plan that we had in place for 4 or 5 years, was to exit liquid milk. And we had to plan that out to be sure that the cows high EBIs, high fertility, so that we're able to get the cows in calf and calving at the right time when we want them. So we decided to exit it. This year was the first year that we had, as I said on my last video, that we never milked cows. But we no milking to do this year on Christmas Day, the first time ever. With a beautiful girl there playing piano here to entertain their guests, and a lot of people sitting around having drinks and all the rest. But coming back to the decision on the farm, and the decision was to exit liquid milk, and it was something that we thought long and hard of. We discussed it up and down, and we planned it. It wasn't a spur of the moment thing, and with the result that we were able to get all the cows back in calf that we wanted to, except a few of the very late spring calvers. But we have I think around 45 or 50 cows calving in January, and the other maybe 20 of them calving in February, March. I'm not exactly sure when the last one is calving. And next year we will be pushing that out until the middle of February. We didn't want to do it all in the one chunk, and it was definitely somewhat challenging, and we need to plan it and to make sure that we had enough of cash as well coming in, because you're used to paying your bills over 12 months and get the milk check every month as well. Now we definitely we would have lost some money in 2024. The accounts will not look probably as good, or we didn't earn as much money. But that's a little price you had to pay. But this year coming, 2025, should be a good year, because we'll have a lot of milk in the months of April, May, June, July, August, and a lot of cheaper milk, and our meal bill will be well down. So that was one decision we made. We planned it, we scheduled it, and we executed it, and it worked very, very well. And when I go back, we'll be starting busy calving. The other one was then to convert the old hay shed that was in poor repair and was kind of neglected over the last good few years into 2 pens for our calves that'll hold about maybe 10 to 15 per pen. It'll hold up maybe 30 calves, and they'll be for the heifer calves and a spillover of the bulls. We have one of the pens with the floor in. We have the walls around it all, the side walls done, gates and all hanging on it, and one of them is the floor in it. The other one is just a gravel floor. We didn't get time to put the cement in it this year. And along with that is we didn't want to overspend money as well, because it was all coming, we didn't borrow money for it, it all came out of cash flow, and we didn't want to leave ourselves too short of cash. But as I said, when we have no mill check for a couple of months. But that will be done next summer. And we need to plaster it as well. But we can talk more about that when I'm at home and when I'm showing you I'll be doing a video on that at home. But I'm over here in Turkey, and I suppose it's very important as well to look back at last year. And not alone is it important to look back, but it's more important to look forward and see what is your plans for the coming year. Are you going to have you any plans on the farm? What angles do you want to do? And I suppose the areas that we want to do on our farm is still we have a program of increasing our fat and protein, our fertility, try to improve our grass more and try to get more out of the grass. And not alone that is try to hold on to more money. You know, it's very important to increase output, but it's more important to make sure that you hold some of the profit. That we're not, turn a big turnover and that you're turning a pile of cash, but not holding on to it. You need to make sure that you're holding on to it and to be able to build up some sort of a fund, as the government is calling now a rainy day fund. And that's our plan for the farm, particularly to weather us over, say, a couple of bad years if we had poor milk prices. And along with that is, it would help maybe to save if a deposit for if some land came up for sale. I know land is very, very expensive. The two farms that sold in our area a couple of weeks ago was the late Joe Riley or James Riley's farm that was sold, 106 or 7 acres, a nice bungalow and a nice yard, and that was sold for 1.7 million and 25,000. And Mrs. Donahoe's, who was 50 odd acres and a bungalow as well, made 1.4 odd million as well. Big price for land. Both of them bought by two business people. Riley's was bought by a local guy, Stephen Barry, an auctioneer, and his family is involved in the pharmacy business as well. And then the other 50 odd acres was bought by Michael O'Leary. He will use that probably for producing grain or whatever he does with his land. He seems to buying up a lot of land. He has certainly good faith in investing his money in land, and I suppose land always held a price. It's at the moment it's gone quite expensive that the ordinary farmer cannot buy farms land. You need to have a business, or you need to be able to have come into some money somehow or another. But to be able to buy it and pay for it back out of a farm at the moment it's not possible. But I've seen there's always swings and roundabouts, and there's always ups and downs, and the day will come back again that we'll be able to buy, that the ordinary farmer will be able to buy land. And it's something that probably Kenneth wants to do as well. Where Kenneth has his plans on the farm, but not to get extremely big or anything like that. He wants to make sure that he has a quality of life for himself and his wife and his daughter, and that's very, very important. And I suppose if it was to give people a bit of advice for the coming year, and one thing is to make sure that you try not so much be always talking about expanding and getting bigger, but if you could look at how can you hold on to more the money you're earning, how can you spend less, how can you produce more milk with, say, off grass without having to pump in thousands and thousands of euros of meal. Do you need to buy all that expensive machinery, or can you do it without it? Can you get a contractor in to do some of the work? And do you need to buy that new slurry spreader this year, or that new tractor? Is there a way that you could save that money? I know people say is that you're saving tax by doing this, but sometimes maybe paying the taxman might be the cheapest way out of it, and able to hold on to the rest of the money. Just think hard before you spend it. Ask, do you really want it, or do you want it, or have you to buy it? And I think people just wants to have stuff, but not necessarily have to do it. If you have to do it, you have to do it. But there's another way out of it. Maintain some profit. Try to maintain more profit for yourself and more cash into your own pocket. Try to improve the quality of grass, the fertility and the EBIs in your dairy herd. And the most important thing, to improve the quality of life you have yourself. To help to be able to have a work-life balance, that you are able to ensure that you have a healthy and a balanced lifestyle. And if you have no hobby, maybe you should pick up a hobby, and particularly to younger farmers that's working very hard. There's young families as well, and maybe the wife working as well, to try to balance everything. I think it's important for people is to have a hobby. Let that be running or walking, cycling, swimming, playing golf, playing a sport, even playing a game of bridge, whatever it may be, that you have some work-life balance and that you have a healthy 2025. It's not all about work, it's not all about making profit. It's about being there for your wife or your partner or your husband or whoever you are, to make sure that you have a balanced and a happy 2025, as we see here on the Christmas tree. And I wish you all a very, very happy, from Turkey here, a very, very happy 2025. Make sure you look after yourself, your family, your health. Keep healthy, keep safe, keep fit. Enjoy 2025. Thank you, and thanks to all the people that subscribes to my YouTube channel.